So dear students, so now today we would move ahead in this sixth chapter of class 10th mathematics, that is triangles. So here today we would be doing a very important theorem from the exam point of view, okay, because you are getting the questions on the basis of this one theorem, okay. So the theorem is basic proportionality theorem, also we call it in short it as BPT, okay, and it is also known as the Thales theorem, okay. And what is this theorem? You have to remember this statement here. What it is? If a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in same ratio. Let me tell you. Let's say you have a triangle. Let's say you have a triangle that is A, B, C, isn't it? Now what is saying? If a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, let's say I'm taking this one side and I'm drawing a parallel line. I'm drawing a line parallel to this one side. Let's say this is the line which is parallel to BC, and let's say it is DE. Okay. Now, if a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides, it is intersecting other two sides at distinct point in different points, is it? Now, then the two sides are divided in the same ratio, okay. So it is saying that if this line is parallel to this one line and here we have two distinct points, so this one line is going to divide the other two sides in the same ratio. Same ratio means this one means AD by BD should be equals to AE by EC. This is what it is saying, okay. So what you have been given here, just write it. You have been given that DE is parallel to BC, isn't it? DE is parallel to BC. This is the symbol of parallel. DE is parallel to BC. And you have to prove that, what you have to prove? You have to prove that because this line is going to divide the other two sides in the same ratio, that you have to prove. In the same ratio, that you have to prove. Means you have to prove AD by BD. You have to prove AD by DB or BD, whatever the way you want to write. Let me write it BB, BD. This would be equals to AE by EC. AE by CE. Okay. This is what you have to prove. Okay. Are you getting this? Getting this? Okay. Just note it down. Then after we would do some construction also here. Okay. Just note it down. Now in construction, what you would do? From the point D, okay, I am drawing a perpendicular to this one line AC. Okay, so from the point D, I am drawing a perpendicular to the line AC. So let's say this is the perpendicular I have drawn. Okay, let's say this is the perpendicular. This is the perpendicular line. Let's say the point is DM. This point is M. Okay, so I have drawn a line perpendicular that is DM. So this perpendicular line DM is perpendicular to AC. Okay, so just write here, draw DM perpendicular to AC. DM perpendicular to AC. Okay, similarly I would draw one more line there, that is from E now, so that would be perpendicular to AB now. Okay, so let me draw this line from E. So let's say this point is N now. Okay, and one more construction is there, that is EN perpendicular to AB. EN perpendicular to AB. This is the construction we have done here. Okay. Okay. Now one more thing we would do. We would join BE and CD. So right here, join BE and CD. So this also we would join BE and we would join, sorry, CD and B. These two lines also these 2 points are also we are to join together. Okay. Okay. So this is all we have done. Now we would start the proof here. So right now the proof. Okay. How would you prove this? You have to prove. This is your target. Okay. Now if you see, let me find out the area of the triangle ADE. If you are to find out the area of this one triangle ADE, this one triangle. So what is the area? I can find out the area in two ways. Area is equals to area of a triangle is, what is the area of triangle? 1/2 base into height. So here we have two bases. So for finding out the area of the triangle ADE, first we would take this one base AE. So if you are taking this one as the base, so height would be perpendicular. Perpendicular is always the height. So in a triangle, if you draw the perpendicular, so this would be the height of the triangle, isn't it? And this would be the base. So let's say this is ADE. Okay. Let's say this is ADE. So I have drawn perpendicular from D. This is the perpendicular DM. So if this is the base, so this would be the height, isn't it? So now we have to find out that area of the triangle ADE. So what would be the area? Area would be 1/2 into base into height. This is the area of the triangle. Okay. So now let me find out area of triangle ADE. So let me write here area of triangle ADE. So this is how much? AD. So AE is the base. So it would be 1/2 into base into height is what then? DM is height there. Okay. Now in one more way I can find out the area of the triangle ADE. Look here. Let's say this is ADE. ADE. Now let me draw the perpendicular from here now. Let's say this is the perpendicular, this is N now. Look this. Okay. Now if I am taking this as the base, so this would be the height. So area of the triangle AD would be what? 1/2 base into height. So 1/2 base is what? AD into EN. Getting or not? So but in both the ways I am finding out the area of the triangle AD. So whether I write this, whether I write this way or I write that one way. So both way it is equal, isn't it? So I would write this is also equals to 1/2 into base. If I am taking base as AD, so I would be taking height as EN, isn't it? Look here. Getting it or not? So in both the way, the area is going to be same. Because in both the way I am going to find out the area of the triangle. So whether I write this or I write that. Is it clear to you or not? Isn't it? So this is how I can find out the area of triangle AD. With this, so both the areas are equal. Because this is the area of triangle AD and this is also the area of the triangle AD. So both are equal. So let's say this is equation number 1. Isn't it? Now let me move ahead and let me discuss about these two triangles. DCE. Can you see this one triangle? DCE. And one more triangle is there, DEB. These are the two triangles. Okay. Now if you see, if you have two triangles on the same base. Now if you see triangle DCE, this is the triangle here. What is the base? Base is D. Now take this one triangle DEB, this one triangle. So what is the base again? Base is again D, isn't it? So in both the ways you have the same base. Okay, and this base is perpendicular to this one line. Now we are knowing if there are two triangles and they are lying between the two parallels and they have a common base, then the area of these two triangles would be same. What I have said, let me tell you again. Let me take two triangles. First one is what? DCE. This is the triangle here. What is the base? Base is D. Okay. Now let me take this one triangle BDE. This one triangle I am taking BDE. So what is the base? Base is again D. Okay. It implies what? It implies both the triangles, this one as well as this one, have the same base, that is D. And this D is perpendicular to BC. Now what I have said? If there are two triangles having a common base and this base and it is between the two parallels. Remember this. If there are two triangles with a common base and between two parallel lines, then the area of these two triangles would always be equal. Isn't it? Isn't it? So let me write here. Area. Okay. It's not working. Let me write it another way. So let me write it here. Area of triangle. Which one triangle? This one. DCDE. CDE would be equals to area of triangle. Which one triangle? BDE. Isn't it? Area of triangle BD. Why this is so? Because both these triangles have a same base here. Isn't it? If both the triangles have same base and both the triangles are between the two parallel lines, then we would say that both the triangles have the same area. Isn't it? Okay. So why we have written this? Why we have written area of CD is equals to area of BD? Because these are having a common base, that is D. So right here, because both the triangles have common base, that is, what is the base here? D. That is DE. And one more thing, both the triangles are between two parallel lines, and both triangles are between two parallel lines. This is what you would write in the bracket there. Okay, are you getting this? Okay, now let me move ahead. Is it visible to you? Okay, now let me move ahead. Now if you see area of triangle CDE, what is the area of triangle CDE? If you see, this triangle CDE is an obtuse angle triangle. If you see, this is CD, this is C, it is like this. So it is an obtuse angle triangle. So to find out the area of such, let's say this is C and this is D and this is E. So to find out the area of such obtuse angle triangle, what you would do? You have to find out area. Area is equals to what? 1 by 2 base into height. So if you are taking base, what, and what you are taking the height? If this is the base, what would be the height? If this is the base, what would be the height? So for finding out the area of such one triangle, we would draw perpendicular. What you would do? You just move ahead this one line. Okay, this one line, move ahead, and from D you draw the perpendicular line. Let's say that is what we have done. CDE, isn't it? This was the obtuse angle triangle. We just move ahead from E up to M, and from D we have drawn this perpendicular line, that is DM. So this would be DM. So if you want to find out the area of this one triangle, that is what? If you want to find out the area of this one triangle, that is CDE, so what you are going to do? So area of the triangle CDE would be equals to 1 by 2 into base is what here? This is the base, because perpendicular is on the base there. Okay, so this is the base. Base is CE and height is DM. Are you getting this? So base is CE and height would be the DM here, isn't it? So area of triangle CD would be equals to 1 by 2 into base is CE, and height is DM, and this would be equals to, now the next triangle we are taking. Next triangle is what? BDE. This one triangle. This is again an obtuse angle triangle. If you see, this is obtuse angle triangle. Again, if you see, again this is, let's say this is B, this is D, and this is E. Okay, how would you find out the area of this one obtuse angle triangle? So to find out the area, you would move ahead this one line, that is BD. So this would go ahead, like here BD would go ahead up to N. Let's say this is N, and from here E you would draw the perpendicular. So this would be the perpendicular EN. Okay, so if you want to find out the area of triangle BD, so it would be 1 by 2 base is what? BD, and height would be EN. So it would be 1 by 2 into base into height is what? EN here. Are you getting this? Very good. Okay, now we are very close to solve. We are very close to the target. This is our target. Okay, so let's say this is the equation number 1, and let's say this is equation number 2 now. Okay, now what we would do? Now we would just divide. What we would do? We would divide both the equation 1 and equation number 2. Equation 1 and equation number 2. So if you are dividing equation 1 by 2, right here, dividing equation 1 by 2. So if you are dividing equation 1 by 2, so you are doing this by this. It means 1 by 2 into AE multiplied DM by 1 by 2 into CE multiplied DM. So DM and DM would cancel. 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 would also cancel. What is left here? AE by C, isn't it? So I am getting AE by C. Similarly, 1 by 2 into AD multiply EN divided by 1 by 2 into BD multiply EN. So EN are going to cancel. 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 also would cancel each other. So answer would be AD by BD, isn't it? So have we achieved our target? Yes. AD by BD is equal to AE by C. AD by BD is equal to AE by C. Hence proved. Hence proved. Okay. So we can write it also as AD by BD equals to AE by C. Hence proved. Okay. So this is how you would prove the given theorem, and this is what? This is your BPT. What is this? This is BPT. Okay. Are you getting this? Okay. Okay. Now I think you are getting it. Okay. Now we have just achieved our target. Okay. Now let me erase this and let me move ahead now. Okay. Because the Thales theorem can also be written in some other ways also. Okay. AD by BD is equal to AD by BD is equal to AE by C. This is okay. It is Thales theorem. But I can write this in some other way also. How? Let me write it. Before this, you just note it down. Okay. Now let me move ahead. This would remain as it is. From here I would move ahead. So we have achieved our target, that I am going to write here again. Okay. Now what was our target? AD by BD is equal to AE by C. This we have proved. Hence proved. Okay. Now if I add one here LHS also and one in RHS also. So I would be getting AD by BD plus 1 is equals to AE by CE plus 1. In both the sides I have added 1 there. Okay, now just cross multiply. BD multiply 1 would be BD. So it would be AD plus BD total divided by BD. Can I write it like this? Yes. Similarly, CE would multiply 1. So CE multiply 1 would be CE. So I would write it as AE plus CE divided by CE. Now tell me, what is AD plus BD? AD plus BD. Can I write it total AB? Look here. AD plus BD is total AB. So this up one is AB. Down one is again there BD. And AE plus C would be again complete AC. AC by C. So this is also the Thales theorem. This is the first part of the Thales theorem. Again this way also you can write the Thales theorem. This is also the Thales theorem. Suppose in exam you have been asked, prove this by this. You have been given a triangle, everything you have been given, and you have been asked, prove that AB by BD is equals to AE by C. AC by C. Now you would be confused then. You would be getting confused. You would say that Thales theorem is in some other way. So nothing you have to do. Prove the Thales theorem first, then add there one, you would be getting the required answer. Isn't it? Isn't it? So in some other way also I can write it. I can reverse it also. I can write this up like BD upside, AB I would be writing downside. Similarly, CE I would be writing upside and AC I will be writing downside. Isn't it? So this should be the third. So I can write the Thales theorem in 3 ways. This and this. Isn't it? So are you getting now the Thales theorem? So this is all about the Thales theorem now. Okay. Hope you are getting it very well. Okay. Now in the next video, we would be doing the converse of the Thales theorem now. Okay. The converse of the Thales theorem you would be doing in the next video. Okay. Till then stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.